Hey, goodness. Good morning. Hello. How are you? I'm coming. I'm trying to. Hello. 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 You can hear me. You can't hear. Maybe she's not taking it. Ah. Hello, goodness. Can you hear me? Can you type in the chat box if you can hear me? Are you using your? Okay. Which one? You said what? No, Mokoto challenge can be paused.
The first one. Thank you very much. Okay, welcome once again. And today we are all about social media marketing for manufacturers. I will be sharing tips, examples, and strategies that you can start implementing in business from today. So just to make my own introduction. Next slide. Okay, my name is Goodness One. As Daniel already mentioned, I'm the founder of the Diversify project, and I'm a marketing and communication specialist. I help forward-thinking companies achieve marketing excellence online through innovative strategies and design thinking for business and sales success. So I offer various digital marketing services, social media marketing, copywriting, digital advertising, media buying, and web development. So you can always reach me on my email or connect with me on LinkedIn. So next slide, please. So an extra tip from Mike DeLorenzo, the social media marketing director at NHS, is that I'm sorry. Okay. So we have an expert tip here from Mike DeLorenzo, who's saying that social networks isn't just about website. It's all about the experiences. And this is something that we should have at the back of our mind whenever we are engaging on social media or we are planning to post anything on social media. It's the experience, that matters in the whole thing. So our agenda today, what we're going to be discussing about, we will be looking at what social media marketing is all about. Next slide. Looking at what social media marketing is all about, advantages and benefits of social media for your business, and then some interesting facts about social media marketing. We're also looking at some manufacturing brands and how they are using social media, to grow their business online. We'll also look at some common mistakes that you want to avoid as a manufacturer because these are mistakes that a lot of businesses and business owners make unknowingly. So we're going to address those loopholes so you can avoid them in your business. Then we'll also go into the 6 steps to help you get started social media marketing. And then we'll look at types of content you can post on the different platforms. Because the different platforms, yeah, they are all social media platforms, but they have different demographics, different acts and different behaviors on each of these platforms. You want to have unique content that you post on this platform. We're going to be covering that, and then the social media tools that you can get started with and some tips for success. Daniel, please move the slide. Thank you. Yeah, the next slide. So we are looking at what is social media marketing. Now I'm sure that many of us who are here already are familiar with social media marketing. Most of us are social media platforms already. So this is not something new to us, but as a business, there are some key components that you need to have locked down for your business to be able to succeed in social media, right? So let's look at the definition of social media marketing. Social media marketing is a digital marketing tactic that involves social media platforms to connect with your customers, to build relationships with them, and eventually your product to them, right? Social media is like the second most popular effective marketing strategy after email marketing, and there's a very good reason for that, which we are going to address in the next slide. So if you want to leverage the power of social media marketing for your business, you need to have these 5 components in check. You need to have your strategy, you need to have your planning and publishing schedule, you need to have listening and engagement, and also analytics, measurement, and advertising. So these 5 core areas need to have locked down in order to succeed your social media marketing. So we'll be looking next at the advantages and the benefits of social media marketing for your business. Next slide. So the first advantage of social media marketing is that it saves you money. Social media marketing is cost effective, compared to traditional marketing. Now, imagine you want to advertise your imagine you want to advertise a product that you are about to launch, and you want to use the traditional method. Maybe you want to use a billboard and advertise it somewhere, Lagos. That billboard is going to cost more than $1 million. And then even on newspapers, post your content on newspapers, you have to pay like 300 or 500,000. That's really on the high side, especially for businesses who are just starting out. So social media marketing really saves money because you can open this platform for your business at no cost. You don't have to pay to start using any of this platform. So it's a great way to start, for your business. And even if you don't have any other means of marketing your business, but you have social media channels for your business, that is something, right? And also, social media marketing is scalable. It gives you access to millions of actors all over the world, and you can decide how wide you want your campaign to be or how narrow. Okay, you can decide, okay, I want to target only people in Abuja for this ad. I want to target people in Ghana. So you can actually decide how wide you want content to be, right? If it's a billboard, the billboard will be in the location that you see it. So it's only people who are passing there that will see that content. So social media, anyone in any part of the country, any part of the world can see your content and engage your content, and even other your products and services. Yes, and the next one is that social media marketing is great for generating brand awareness. So you just started a business, you want people to know about your business, you want your target customers to know, okay, I have this product and it's great for you. But if nobody knows about the product, nobody knows your business name, nobody even knows that you exist, it's difficult to get anyone to buy from you. So one thing social media helps generate brand awareness, right? So social media is centered around likes and shares. And the way the algorithm works in social media is the more people that like and share and engage with the content, the more these platforms, perceive you as a trustworthy, credible brand, and they suggest your content more, right, than if your content didn't have any engagement. So social media marketing helps expose your account to people who will be interested in your product and who would find interest for your thing, and it helps grow quickly. Another thing that social media marketing does for businesses is it helps generate traffic to your website. If you have a website, maybe you have an online store where you advertise your product, skincare product, or textiles, or anything that you really, you can advertise them on your website, and through social media you can drive traffic to your website, or even your hardware store, or your physical store. So you could direct people to your location. So it helps to generate traffic, and also helps people may not naturally be um, in your sphere of connection. Um, Next slide. And then social media marketing also is a great customer relationship with people, because it helps you to build stronger and closer relationships with your target audience. And whenever people leave comments under your post and react immediately, you're able to respond to them immediately and give them, a valuable and relevant response. They will see you as, a brand that gives value, to the product that you're selling, and they want to engage you more. Right. So it's the way it works with customer relationship management. It's like when you make a post or you talk about a product that you want to sell, and someone is asking, okay, do you deliver to this location, or do you have it in this quantity? If nobody responds, that sending a message to the potential customer that people are not ready, right? And they will just move on, and you are losing, valuable business from them. But on social media, whenever anyone makes a comment to your post and you're able to respond to it, it helps you to that relationship. And it also helps you to increase the trust level between you and your stakeholders or your potential customers. And people tend to trust brands that they know that they've seen. So if you are able to get familiar with your audience, you are always consistent and powerful, and you create valuable, engaging, useful content, they tend to trust you more, which increase the probability. Right? And you want people to know that you are professional and know what you're doing, and use the best practice, like that, use the best standard to create your oil. This is the way social media helps with thought leadership, the way that you can hear behind the scenes information, the process, how to create, the oil, the way you put in your expert thinking a great product. When you create content like that, it puts thought leadership to believe that, okay, this person is an authority and credible, right? And then it could also contribute in building trust for your brand, and also show you as professional. business. And then last but not the least, it's actually very important is that social media marketing helps to increase your conversion. And conversion usually for businesses fail, right? So when you are advertising your product on your timeline or feed and customers see this and engage, oh, I want to buy this, and I order, the DM you to buy. That is, one thing that social media helps you do. And a lot of platforms now are offering stores that can help sell right there and then. Even Instagram, Facebook has Facebook shop, Instagram has Instagram shop where you can just advertise your product and you can just buy right there and then without even calling for it. So that is really amazing what social media marketing is. Moving on, I want us to look at some interesting facts about social media marketing. For some of this, might not know them, but let's just look at some of the facts. Please, next slide, please. Okay, so the first that we're looking at here is that 54% of the world population has a social media account. That's 4.2 billion users across the globe. So this is a lot because realizing that almost half of the world population, like half of the world population, has a social media account. So this is a great opportunity and potential for businesses, right? Moving on, next slide, please. And when you break down this number, this 4%, you would discover that 90.4% are millennials, have 77.5% are Generation X, and then 28% are baby boomers who use social media in some form or the other, either to connect with their friends or to find interesting content or to post about their lifestyle or even to do business, right? We have different demographics of people, the old and young, using this platform. So there's no one really left out for the mix. Next slide. Another stat from Obello states that 98.8% of social media users access their account on their mobile phone or their tablet. Next slide. And 61% of people check their smartphone within 10 minutes of waking up in the morning, and this is also from good metrics. And really, I attest to this because I'm also guilty of it. Like when I wake up in the morning, the first thing I'm checking, what's going on my feed, a post that I made. So the first thing, either you are just going there to just browse, entertained, or you're working, most of us are on our mobile phones. And then the next slide, please. Social media is very addictive because yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
All right.
Yes, very well.
Okay, thank you. Some of the statistics from Deloitte survey estimate that people go to their smartphones, they check their smartphone at least 6 times during the day. If you have ever tried, or you can even try this yourself, count the number of times you check your mobile phone. I'm sure it's more than time, right? So social media is very addictive. Next slide. And another statistics from Hootsuite state that 4.8% of social browsers, that's browsing on social media, use social media to research products. In 2020, that we just came out of the coronavirus and everything. So most people, they are shocked shopping and their research online. So if you want to find a product, you want to buy a product, and you want to check it out, first go online, see news about the brand or if the product, or if people are enjoying the product. So this goes to show that people are online and they are searching for products, and it's a great time to be on social media as a business. Next slide. Another statistic from Smart Insights says that 3% of customers actually expect companies to offer customer service to their social media, and 90% of social media users have already connected the brand or business to their platform. So if you go and check your social media page right now, check people that you're following, you would notice that there is at least one of the brands there. So businesses are on social media. Next slide. So adults that are aged between 18 to 34 are most likely to follow a brand on social media, with 95% of them actually repeat so. Next slide. And the likelihood that a consumer will recommend a brand on social media to others after having a positive experience is about 71%, and that's high. So if you want, people who have used your product, recommend your product, and social media is a great platform to do that. Next slide, please. So one of the tips I would like to know here before moving on is that a great way for you as a business to stay ahead of the curve, to know always what your competitors are doing, what they are succeeding at, and then adapt your strategy, innovate, and stand out. This is something you want to do because you don't want to create an isolation, right? So when the manufacturing space that manufacture range of products, for consumers, and how they are using social media. Next slide. Okay, starting with Unilever. Now, I took this screenshot from their social media page, Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. And this is how Unilever uses social media. They engage their stakeholders and consumers by asking questions. See this post here saying, what does customer need? The way to create engagement on their post, get people who are using their products, who are following them, to engage with them. And then they also use social media to support causes that they are passionate about, such as ending waste, promoting self-esteem and organic living. They also educate their consumers or followers on things that are interested, concerned about, like what do you know that Unilever this sanitary products like roll-on, deodorant. So they create content that people might have concern about, which is quite educative, and then they also share insights on new products and existing products and how it benefits. Like this post about, it's zero salt. So they were introducing zero salt, and they did that through social media, and then they also showcase their brand culture, their values, and their staff, and what happens. As you can see, is this upright post with the lady with one of their staff. So this is the way Unilever is social media. Next slide. Next slide. And then there's also the Nestle. So Nestle, they produce also a range of products, beverages, coffee, and a lot of things that we use in our daily lives. So on social media, they boost engagement with their stakeholders. They also promote their events and initiatives. they entertain their audiences, like for their cat, they post content that cat owners who own cats love and engage with. So they use content on social media to entertain their audiences and also to support causes they're passionate about, like renewable energy. And then they also educate users of things that they may be interested about. They also use the social media to launch new products and showcase their brand culture, their values, and their thought leadership content. And as you can see, the posts they use are usually very high quality, right? So that is the ways that next is media. And going on, next slide. Yeah, Apple. Apple is a manufacturing brand in the electronic category, and they use social media to share their user generated content because the way social media is, you wouldn't want to just copy any brand. You have to create content that is specific to your business and what, not because your competitor or someone else is posting about maybe posting about something, and then you just copy it maybe because it has a lot of engagement. Want target content in a way that is relevant to your brand, which is what Apple does. If you go through their social media, they use it to share search media content. Every content on Apple social media is content created by their own users, and you see the hashtag shot on iPhone. So they promote their users, they create engagement with the content that their users have created, and then they use the hashtag shot on iPhone to reach more iPhone users and to drive more reach for their posts. And then they also use social media to foster a culture of luxury and exclusiveness, which is what the iPhone brand represents for people, right? And then they also celebrate artists and creators who are using their products, either hardware or software. And this helps with retention. Next slide, please. Okay, so I don't know if I should go through all this, right? Because we are almost running out of time. Okay, so this is Farm Fresh. They make billboards, right? And if you see the way they use social media, they use it to create their products, to promote their product offers and discounts to encourage sales. And then they also promote engagement with offers, so they can have an offer, and promote it so that more people can take advantage of that offer and buy more. They also educate users on different ways to use their product and build trust with their brand by showcasing real life customers, using their products. If you go on their social media, you see they post people that come to their store who are using. Oh, sorry, please. I'm in the next slide. Farm Fresh. The last. Okay. So next slide, please. Yes, I was Farm Fresh. So they educate users on how to use their product. Like this second slide, the second image here with the mango Farm Fresh product and fish fingers. So they did a how to make it, and how to product those cases. So it's a way to also educate your users and build trust with your brand. All right. So next slide. Yeah, now we've looked at how some of the brands that we know are using social media. Next up, we want to look at the common mistakes to avoid. And this is a mistake that a lot of business owners make, and usually they make it because they don't know any better. And that's why it's a good thing that you are here, so you can know these mistakes and avoid them. So the first mistake is not defining your business. Imagine that you are going to the market and don't know what you want to buy. Like normally, if I'm going to the market, I usually have a list of what I want to buy, so that I don't go there and start spending anyhow, right? So this is something that applies even in your social media marketing. You want to have, a defined objective. And now there are different types of objectives that brands can have. Not everything is sales oriented. Sometimes you want to put brand awareness, you want to know about the brand, you want them to you want to grow a community. The target may not be sales, so your strategy will be different. Or say you want to generate your social media marketing. The type of content you create, will be content that can attract leads for your brand. So your objective is to determine how the rest of the marketing go and the type of metrics you measure. So if you're actually, what you're doing. So the first mistake is not defining your objective. You want to have your objective defined, and it's not useful when you have too many objectives at once. You want to focus on one at a time. So you can say, okay, for this quarter, this is what we are going to focus on. This is what we want to achieve for yeah. So the next 6 months, you want your objective smart, you want it to be specific, you want it to be measurable, you want it to be, something that you can actually attain based on the current level of your business, and you want something that is relevant to your overall business goal, and something that has a deadline and timeline to it. That way, you are not just doing something and there are a lot of people that just post and nothing is happening to them. Just keep posting and posting like that. But you need to really take a look at your objectives, what you want to achieve. Set the tone for everything in your marketing, so you don't get lost. The second one, focusing on follower count. Now, this is a mistake that a lot of people make. They think that you have millions or thousands of followers that do well. It is not the followers that matter. There are people that can follow you, right? But they will never engage your content. They will never go to your page, and instead it hurts your brand in the long run, because when Instagram algorithm looks and that this person has 100 followers and in their post they have just one like means the content is not relevant to the people that are following. So that way, even if you post, they would not share your content every month. Only share it with small percent. If those small percent don't engage on it, just push your content down the line, and what you do. So instead of focusing on your follower count, having thousands of followers, don't focus rather on engagement, on having people engage with your brand, commenting, a community that active, that care about what you're doing, and follow you, and engage with what you're doing. That way, they can even buy from you. They can refer you to their friends. They have experience in your business, So focusing on follower count really sometimes takes away your focus from what is important, right? So try not to do that, and rather focus on engagement. Um, it doesn't help your brand if you have 1 million users and nobody is buying 1 million followers and none of them is buying it, right? Useless to just like keeping up appearances, but at the end of the day, still helping your business. And another mistake is not researching your target audience. Now, not everybody online is the target audience. So let's say you are selling skincare products. Definitely, you will not be targeting others that are maybe 30, 40 or 50 years. You'll be targeting young ladies who are, more receptive people with your product, who are actually looking for those kind of products. So if you don't research your target audience, right, even when you come to young ladies, there are different types of young ladies. There are the ones who are in school, there are the ones who are working, there are ones who are where, so you want to really specific on, okay, this is my target audience, this is who they are, you want to know everything about them, their name, what they do, where they live, if they are married or single, they are divorced, they are healthy or not healthy, or where they are living, kind of job they do, if they have a card, kind of income they make. All these things help in creating content that they find relevant, right? Because you don't want to create content that is just for you. The point about social media is connecting with your customers, connecting with your stakeholders and audience. And you cannot do this if you don't know them, if you haven't searched them at all. Okay. And then the next mistake that a lot of businesses make is being overly promotional. Now, if you remember when I was showing the previous post with the brands and how they are using social media, you realize that not all of them are excessively emotional. They post about different things, about their brands, educational content, things just to entertain, a nice picture or a story of what they are doing with their brand, or followers who are using their product, or customers who are using their product, reviews and stuff like that. So you don't want selling all the time, because people don't like to go. So if they are constantly, only selling, it might scare people away from your brand. And you need to understand that there are different stages for people when they want to buy something, right? Sometimes, people are at different stages. Some people, they are just getting aware, okay, that I have this problem, or I need this service. Some, they already know, okay, I have this problem, I want to solve it. I'm just looking for products I'm going to buy, between maybe Coke or Pepsi. Am I know I'm thirsty, and some will now start looking at the price when it's time to buy eventually. So there are people that are at different stages of the journey. You want to promote your brand, but you don't want to do too much in the way that you family, people who are following you, and then they follow you for that. So try not to make that mistake of being too promotional all the time. And then another mistake businesses make is relying on organic growth and reach. And what I mean by organic growth and reach is that posting your content without paying anything at all, and the post to just grow and become viral and spread and trend. Before, at the beginning, when social media started, you could actually scale your business organically. But as the platforms continue to evolve and change, you realize that these social media platforms for businesses have now been structured in a way that you have to spend in order to see some results for your business.
It's been a long time, though.
Wow. So I was saying that the way these platforms have been structured is in such a way that as a business, you will not get reasonable results unless you put some money into your business. If you go on Facebook, if you have a Facebook company page, at the beginning, as soon as you enter, they will start telling you to advertise, promote this post for 7,000 naira, promote this post for 1,000 naira, promote this post for 700. This post is doing very well. What you want to advertise, tell more customers about your product, advertise your website, boost a post. So they are constantly marketing to you. A mistake that some businesses make, saying, "Oh, I'm not going to advertise on my page. I will just be posting like that. I want the post to come organically. Wait and wait and not happen. Because the platforms have been structured in such a way that as a business, it will be so difficult for you to grow without having a budget to your business. So you don't want to make that mistake of relying only on organic growth. If you decide, oh, okay, I want only to organic growth and reach, then you know that you are going to do it for a very, very, very long time. A very long time, So if you want to grow and you want to grow quickly, with the trends as everything is changing, you would not have a paid strategy alongside your social media marketing strategy. And then another mistake a lot of businesses make is they don't engage. They fail to engage. They just post and close their phone. They won't check back their, on their page or their platform to see if people have engaged with their posts. That's something that a good brand, because when people engage or you post the content, they will, oh, this is nice. I just sent this, but this product was very interesting, it 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 creates engagement and it makes those people want to come back and engage more. Because social network is a place where people want to network, they want to interact, they want to have relationships with other people and even with brands. So if you post, they comment and ignore, it would it would make them feel okay. Maybe I won't post next time. If you see people who are constantly posting and no one is engaged with them, they will just stop, right? And look at what you don't want to have. So if you have a page, you post consistently, always go back, like always check your pages at least 3 times a day to see comments and also to engage with other content. Don't only wait for people to engage. You can go to different pages, people that are following you, go to their page, like their content, comment under their posts. It generates this happy feeling in them, and when they see, oh, this brand actually like people. Tomorrow, if you post something, you want to check it out and also like replicate, the good flavor. So, failing to engage is a mistake that you not want to make. And also, when you are engaged, you can even gain some personal insight, right? You get how people are talking about your product. So maybe somebody used your product and it gave them rashes or something, or they maybe had a reaction to it, and they would, if usually people would come on social media and say, I use this product, see what it is, I'm not going to buy it. If you are there online, you can arrest that situation, maybe talk to them, say, okay, maybe you're having some, skin reactions, and educate them on how to use products, just to give support. If you don't do that at that point, that negative comment now go and affect others who are wanted to use your product. When they see that negative comment, they will just, run away. So this is something that you want to really avoid. Make sure you are online and we're engaging with your followers. Yes. So the next mistake brand make with social media is using poor quality platform. Like you feel like, oh, I don't want to spend on a graphic designer. I don't want to employ someone to do this for me. I will just post it anyhow. That is a very big mistake that you do not want to make as a business, right? You want to make sure that you are using high quality visuals and visuals that are, that are representing what your brand is all about. And as you would have realized from the example that I was showing previously of brands like social media, you realize that most of their posts are, of high quality, and it's difficult for you to see a design that's just scattered or looking looking like it was a child that designed it. You want to avoid that. So make sure that you're investing in your visuals. Make sure that you're investing in your visuals and using good quality visuals. And I'm sure that by the end of the training, Daniel is also going to talk about ways you can even, create better design for your brand. So the next mistake a lot of business make on social media is not having a personality or a brand identity. If you have realized from the previous brands I was showing us for Unilever, Nestle, Apple, and the like, you will see that they usually talk about something they care about. Either it's with, renewable energy, green earth, or self-esteem, food waste. They have things that they care about, that is a part of their identity as a brand. So if as a brand you don't have an identity, not work on building your brand, and you need to know that your brand and your business are two different things. Your business is, of course, your product, your service, what you're offering, what you're selling. Your brand is how people perceive your business, how they perceive as a company, and how they interact. So you see like brands like Coca-Cola, Pepsi, those are brands that have taken time to build a consistent personality and identity, right? That fosters loyalty. So the reason why brands have personality is because people you are engaged with have personality. People don't want to engage with robots. They don't want to engage but they want to engage with real humans. And the truth is, even if as a business, it is humans that are running the business, humans that are employees, humans that are CEOs and leaders, and humans that are buying from people. So you need to have a personality. That's one, attribute of humans. Humans have personality, they have identity. So things like your logo, the type of colors, tone, or the things you care about, your values. These are things that make up your brand identity and your brand personality. So when you don't have any of these, usually you feel that engaging with that brand can seem boring, right? It doesn't feel real or like there's a strong, reason to interact with such a brand. Just feels like you're interacting with robots. That is a mistake that a lot of businesses make, and as a business, if you're making a mistake, it's something that you can actually walk around by, getting your brand. Maybe you get a brand manager that will help you with your brand identity, that will help you be consistent and also benefit your brand in the long run. A brand that has a personality, that has an identity, can stay on for years, right? Except for a brand that doesn't have an identity, that doesn't have a personality, easy to forget the brand. The brand will come and go, and you won't even remember. They're not even a brand. The business will just come and go, and you won't remember them. You won't remember the name. That was the name of that, right? So if you don't have a personality, if you don't have an identity, people will just forget. So don't make that mistake, And then also forgetting to diversify your content. One thing that you will notice on social media is that different ways to present content. You can present it as a video, as a graphic, as a picture or a post, or an infographic, an ebook, a blog post. Different ways you can create content and share to your platform. So you don't want to be monotonous, only one style all the time. You want to have a way to diversify your content, and we are also going to address this in different types of content posts for each platform during the end of this program, this training. And then the last mistake here is a lot of business mistakes when they try to do everything. When you try to do everything, it can get overwhelming. This platform, as you already saw, is quite addictive. You can go there to say, let me just make this post, and then you see somebody that you know from school, or your auntie, or your cousin, or your crush, and then you start scrolling. Before you know, you spend 1 hour, 2 hours, there's that distraction, and then you are trying to engage people, you are trying to create posts, you are trying to, foster a community, you are trying to edit content, you just burn out, and then you have your business going, you have customers saying, it is a mistake that some businesses make. So if you don't want to make a mistake, don't try to carry everything. So that have people that you can delegate some of the tasks. That's what will bring from from the start of work to the end of work, going online, engaging with your users, researching audience, researching what your competitors are doing, getting content ideas, creating content, posting it, analyzing it, even advertising. So you don't want to try to do all of this on your own. Next slide, please. Now we're going to look at 6 steps to help you get started with social media marketing. If you do not have a social media presence yet, these are the steps you can get started, and it's very easy to follow. The first one is to have a strategy, right? And that strategy, within it, you have a clear objective. Always start get more users visit our website, right? Say that's an objective. So you want what to your online store. That is an objective. And you now have to declare on your target audience. Who do we want to come from? Like, who are we targeting? Are we targeting young people? Or are we targeting others? Are we targeting are we targeting, really where you want to be very specific on who you are targeting, because that will help you identify what problems you have and how the business can solve those problems. People don't care about what they care about what makes them feel better, what will help them, right? They don't care if your product is, using the strongest bag bottle in the world. They want to know that the deodorant they're buying from you, if they use it, it's going to last long and it's not going to irritate them, it's going to make them feel nice, make people admire them. That is what they care about. So you want to know what the target audience cares about, the things, the pain points, challenges, the problems they're facing, and how your business can help them solve. And then you also want to look at your future. So who else is doing this thing that I'm doing? What have they done so far? What have they done that really got something that got them? Want to also do that research and then take note of it so that you know if you follow the trend, or even if you want to diverse from the trend, diverse in a creative way that you sort of gather attention to the brand. So that's the first step. Then the second step, after you have your strategy, what you want to achieve, your audience, what's happening in the industry, the market. Now you want to pick your channels. That's in the planning and publishing stage. Second step, planning and publishing. Now you want to decide which channels am I going to. There are so many channels online. New ones are coming up every day, right? But the four major ones: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. You want to choose the channel. There are other ones. There's Snapchat, there's TikTok, there's Reddit, Quora. So many of them, right? But you do not want to try to open an account everywhere. You will burn out, and then you're not able to get engagement there because it may not be your demographic that is those platforms. So one thing that would help you pick your channels is when you've identified your target audience. It will help you to say, okay, this person is young, in school, you most likely going to be on Instagram. Or if you even have existing customers in that age range, and you see if you engage them, you would know which platform they use most. And the way you engage them is just by asking questions, interviews, surveys, polls. These are things that will help you learn more about your target audience. So you pick a channel based on where your target audience goes, where they spend time. If you are targeting someone to be a professional, or let me say you are targeting the head of procurement at maybe a hospital, or head of procurement at a bank, you know that you will find this kind of people on LinkedIn. You may find them on Twitter, but you may not know their handle. But on LinkedIn, their full name is there, their title is there. Easy for you to find them. Pick your channel based on your target audience and then you develop a content strategy. So what am I going to be posting on this channel, right? You think about your objective, what you're trying to achieve. Think about your target audience, and you look at also your competitors, the kind of content they are creating that makes them to grow, right? So use all this information to develop a content strategy. And you can also have someone to be the content strategy, help develop a content strategy for your business. And once you have your content strategy, you can now start creating your content, graphics, your video, and taking good shots of your product, and all the different types of content that you've already described in the content strategy. Create them, then you schedule them and post them consistently, right? That is what the second stage is. Now, the third stage or the third step, after posting on this channel or this platform, you want to listen and engage. You are listening to your audience, gain customer insights, know how they react to your brand or how they react to your message, right? If they like, if they don't, if they are indifferent, ask them questions, engage with them, right? we already said that one mistake that a lot of brand makes, they don't explain. They just post and disappear. So you want to make sure that you are listening, you are there on the platform, you are following them, you are seeing, okay, what are they complaining about, or what are they happy about? This kind of thing, give it like even to help you know, okay, what new idea you can implement to your business, right? Or maybe if they are talking about the products that you have, and maybe they don't like the packaging, or the packaging doesn't have that good feel for them to want to buy it. You know, some people who are expressive can come online to say, guys, the package is powerful. You know, you may not have to just say, oh, this is a negative feedback and just get angry and not do anything about it. You can, you know, take that as a positive. Like, okay, we also try to check, and more people talking about the package, like a big problem. If you see that, okay, a lot of people are talking about it, you can now say, okay, when next you are strategizing or coming up with a product or improving your current product, you can now take those insights that you got from listening your audience or your customers, and then now make, you know, data-driven business decisions. So you cannot make a business decision, say, let us design our package. Let us try a new design. And even when you get a new design, you can now go and post it, A or B, which one do you like, which design is better. Tell us which one you like. You know, people will now vote on that. That's a way to engage and think your audience line, right? And then you also want to analyze, right? This is the fourth stage of analytics, because you cannot improve what you don't measure. So since we already started with an objective, we already started with a plan, a goal, and you also have metrics that will tell you, okay, if you met goal or if that goal, but let's say you want to get 20, so that's it. You want to drive like say 500 for your Instagram page or for your social media page or website, right? Then the metric that you want to track number of websites because it ties to the objective. The objective, the goal is get the website visitors. Yeah. Then the metric, what you want to use to track if you are actually hitting that goal is, you know, number of website visitors for social media. So while you are creating your strategy from planning, by posting, by listening, and you also want to see how these activities are impacting your brand. Are you achieving your objectives? If not, what can you do? What can you do? Right? If yes, what are you doing well and what should you do more of? These are the kind of things that you want. And this is very important. You don't skip it, because if you don't, find yourself wasting your time, wasting your efforts, your energy, not learning anything from it, not improving if you don't analyze, if you don't measure your progress. So that is the fifth stage. And then the sixth stage is advertising. Like I mentioned earlier, one mistake a lot of business make is trying to get everything organically. As a business, you cannot grow organically just like that. You need to have a budget. You need to promote and push your content. But you can do it strategically. That's why you don't have a promotional strategy. And this is something that have a media marketing person or a digital marketer that is working with you can help you set up a promotion strategy, you know, that would drive budget strategically for specific types of content. Right. So let me say you have an offer now, right? That's the kind of content that you can produce on your platform. And the good thing about social media is you don't have to spend so much. You can have a budget. You can say, okay, this month I'm going to spend 50,000 to advertise business. I'm going to spend 10,000. I'm going to spend 10,000, depending on, you know, the price of what you're selling or your business financial strength. So always have a budget, promote your content, and have a product strategy, promote specific content. There's this thing that So Fresh does. They give discounts. You know, they sell the pastel, healthy. So they would say buy three maybe three sprays that would cost 5K naturally. They would say buy it at 3,000 naira. You know, offer last till 25 shape, use this code, that kind of thing, and then you promote such a content, you would definitely see the results because people like offers, people like discounts. This is will I say a way to get people to buy more. They sales strategy, right? Offering discounts to your product. So if you even want to advertise your product, you can advertise strategically content that will impact the bottom line for your business. And then lastly, you want to rinse and repeat. Don't just do, oh, I have a strategy. I've created content and published it. I've done that. I've gone and read. I'll continue doing the same thing over and over again. No, you want to review what you've done. You want to have a period where you can look at all your channels. Different from the analytics that we talked about. This time, okay, you started with an objective, right? Met the objective. Like, let's go again. But before you go again, you want to do a pick learning things that you did right. Have those ones down. Things that were not working well that you tried, drop them. You drop an investment, so you don't waste your time and waste your energy on things that are not helping you to grow. So always do a review. You can decide, okay, I want to do a review every month. I want to do a review every week. You can decide, the review cycle that you want to have, and then you want to also experiment new ideas, right? So that is a culture that's prevalent within the manufacturing industry. If people were doing things the same way all the time, we wouldn't have all these amazing products that we have today. People are always trying things, adding new features, innovating around their products and services. That is something that you want to keep on social media. Thank you. Next slide, please. Yes, an extract tip from David Merman, who is a best-selling author and speaker. And you're looking at how you do this. You can buy attention, that's to advertise. You can beg for attention from the media, that's physical publication. You can bug people one at a time to get attention, which is sales. Or you can earn attention by creating something that is interesting and valuable, then publishing it online for free, which is what social media marketing does. Right? So social media marketing is great. It's great, and it can do wonders for your business if you go about it. Now, the next slide. The types of content to post on LinkedIn. So as we know, LinkedIn is a professional platform. It's a place where you can meet professionals. I'm big on LinkedIn. LinkedIn, I would say, is my best platform because on LinkedIn, I can connect CEOs, with marketing directors, CMOs, with decision makers, people that would say yes, or that would sign the invoice, or give the go ahead for you to do business, right? This is the place where you meet all of the decision makers. So if you are selling B2B, if you are selling to a business, like you are not focusing on selling consumers direct, you want to sell a business, an establishment, a corporation, then LinkedIn is a place where you want to have a presence in, and especially if your target audience, if people your target are within the professional space, want to also join them there on LinkedIn. On LinkedIn, you can post your company updates. If you attend an event as a company, news about your company. Maybe someone was promoted in your company, or you did a compelling video, or you have a job vacancy. These are things that you can post on LinkedIn. Please, I hope you're taking notes. So if you're not, please do. If you can't take notes, maybe you screenshot your screen so that you can always have this, at the back of your mind when you want to create content. Because a lot of people, business owners complain, I don't know what to post, or or what can I post today, or what should I post, what should I this is why we are addressing this issue now. So on LinkedIn, it's not the same thing you post on Instagram and Facebook that you can post on LinkedIn. there are different platforms, different types of audience, different behaviors, different styles of content. So you want to know that, don't go make a mistake. Yeah. So with the first one, we talk about sharing your company updates. Second, look at photo updates. That you can share a photo, showcase your company's personality, attractive and compelling photos that you've taken at your business events, or even in your office, your employees working, like work in progress. Those kind of photos, obviously with a short comment or a short caption, helps add a human element to your brand, right? And helps to trust. You would trust the company more when you see the company's employees, the employees' activities. You can even recognize them somewhere. It shows that brand, is really adding that human element. And as we've seen from some of these top brands like Unilever, they showcase their employees on their social platforms. Their employees, give talk or share educational content in live video format, which is a way you can also put trust in your brand. You can also share tips, right? So let me say you make leather bags, right? You can also share some quick tips like offering advice or helpful information about your product, like how to get a leather bag, things in leather bag, or how to get a leather bag, how to feed a leather bag, how to dispose of a leather bag, things like that. Sharing some of these tips also helps people as help brand, right? And things like professional network, you want to focus your topic around things, that boost your users' productivity, help them in their leadership, and offering helpful advice. Then we also have in-depth how to content and link out posts. Now, how to content are very, very effective on LinkedIn because it tells people what to expect already. It tells people what to expect already. So you tell them, okay, how the product or how something with one of your products, and this kind of post they perform well on LinkedIn. And then you also want to post about industry research. This shows that you are in tune with what's happening in the industry, and that you are an authority in your space. So when you post content around news and research around your industry, it boosts thought leadership for your brand on LinkedIn. And also, if you have blogs, you can post your blog post on LinkedIn and your product also. Next slide. Next slide, please. Yes, so types of content posts on Facebook. So you can ask questions on Facebook, you can show behind the scenes content, you can talk about trending topics like when COVID was trending, when MCAS was trending, that kind of things that you can also jump on trends. You can create branded graphics, with your brand, logo, colors, and aesthetics. You can also tell stories, get personal, share your experience also with your followers, post videos that are engaging or educating or entertaining. You can also post your product photos, infographics, industry tips, your blog posts. You can also host contests and giveaways, which is actually a very effective way to go on social media and to attract audiences. Right. So when you have contests or giveaways, you can do that on Facebook, and also you can also post about your discounts or sales. Next slide. Next slide, please. Okay, yes. And then content you can post on Instagram, a little bit similar to what you can post on Facebook. Remember, number one, ask questions. This is a way that will help you know your audience, right? So if you're trying to research your audience, you can create a list of questions. Occasionally ask them on your social media page. Add it to your social media strategy to help you get insight about how your customers feel and how they use your product. You can also show a tutorial on Instagram. You can go behind the scenes, show how you create your product or how you go to market stores or stores that you use product. It's a way to build engagement and also show thought leadership for the brand. So you also share valuable thought leadership. You can conduct an interview with an industry leader or someone within your industry that's doing very well. You can do an interview with them, and that can also help get more brand awareness or reach. You can also jump on a trend and share user generated content like app does, people that are using your product, maybe they come to your store site, so you can take a picture of our happy customers and products like that. These are the kind of content you can post. You can also post a photo large. Always use a hashtag, a daily hashtag to help maximize reach. Show mistakes that you made while creating your product. So it shows it has that human element to it. And you can also post from other sites, like if you make a post on Twitter, you can screenshot it and post it on Instagram. So that is the way to do that. Also, you made someone sent you a comment from WhatsApp, you can make a screenshot of it. The correct size on Instagram. You can also share an action shot like work in progress, your employees working, and create that kind of content. You can also partner with an influencer to show an influencer using your product. You can also host giveaways and contests, and also share reviews and social like testimonials on Instagram. Next page. Next slide. Thank you. Okay, so on Twitter, same can post, can ask questions, post industry news, make brand announcements, company announcements. Can use gifts and memes. You can post about your promo code, your flash sale, your blog content, and visual content that captures attention. Sees launches, events, holidays, job openings, inspirational posts, trending topics, your products and your services, and tips on using your products and services, testimonials, and polls to drive engagement. And next slide, please. Right. So social media tools. Remember we said we were going to talk about social media tools that I can use. So for research, when you are researching content or you're thinking of how to go about your social media marketing, and you want to see what other people are doing, you can use some of these tools like Suggest, Google Trends, or Sumo. And then if you want to publish and manage your social media posting, scheduling and all of that, you can use Buffer. Buffer is very good. Good or Sprout Social. There are thousands of tools out there, but I'm only recommending the ones that I know and that I've used to make sense. And then listening to, can use Mention, Keyhole, and Brandwatch. For analytics, you can use Bitly, Buffer Analyze, Sendable, and Report. To create content, you can use Canva, Fellow for visual content, and Biteable for video content. So you can take a snapshot of this and use it to search for these tools later on to learn more about them and to get started with them. And the next slide, please. Yes, we'll come the last, which is tips for success social media. And I'm sure we've already talked about many of this already, but just to recap, number one, you don't want to be posting shabby or irrelevant content. So you want to make sure that your content is relevant, high quality, and is valuable to users. And then you want to also post at certain times of the day. Now, depending on your target audience, and their online behavior, you know that some of them are more active early in the morning. That's where they go online. That's when they use social media. Some are more active in the afternoon or at noontime, maybe during lunch time, during break, just press their phone, or in the evening when they're coming back from work, or even at night when they are resting in bed or they are just relaxing. So you want to, make your posts at different times, experiment different times of the day, when your audience are more engaged. And some of these platforms can also do analytics, like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn have analytics related to the time of day people are engaged, days that people are engaged. That can help with your publishing strategy. marketing schedule. Also, you want to consider building a community to your target audience. A community is a group of people with similar interests and similar, that have things in common, right? And that are passionate and are active. You want to have an active community, of your brand. And this community, there are people who have similar needs, similar desires, similar interests. So it usually comes organically, not in a salesy manner. When you create a community, it's easier for you to sell to them, it's easier for you to produce products to them because you already know you, they trust, they interact regularly, that's something that I would really encourage you to consider if you are not doing that already. You can employ community managers to help or hire community managers to help building a community for you, your business. And then you want to work with content and content calendar. This will help you have a direction with your content. So you're not posting haphazardly, right? So let's say you are a brand. Maybe you can decide that this week you're going to be talking about a particular line of product, or let's say you create manufacturers skincare products, right? Let me say today you're going to talk about skincare products for hair. So next week you want to talk about skincare products for your feet, or another week you want to talk about your teeth or your dental and all of those things. So you want to structure your content in teams, like content buckets. It's going to help stay consistent with your marketing. And then you want to address negative comments immediately. Don't leave it later. Don't ignore it, or else it just feel like a cancer and spread negative vibes about your business and scare away the customer. Another thing you also want to do, another tip is create other marketing channels. Social media is great, social media is good, but if you want to get the best results, you cannot do only social media alone, right? If you really want to scale, if you really want to grow, you need to adapt different other marketing channels like email marketing, like some type of print ad, digital PR, and digital media buying, right? You also want to be relationship minded and human. Remember that people do not want to engage robots or bots. They want to engage fellow humans like themselves. So create content that shows the human side, that shows that this brand have people that care about it behind this brand. Then you also want to have an expert to help handle the heavy lifting. Don't try to do everything on your own. Be authentic and genuine. Offer value consistently and focus on the customer experience. Remember, at the beginning, we had a quote from Mike Lorenzo, saying that social media marketing, social media is all about the experience. So focus on your customer experience. You're not posting for yourself, but for your consumers. So make sure that their experience with your brand is top for you on this platform. And you also want to be as a brand. If you do not have a brand, if you don't build your brand intentionally, this is a good time to get started because really help your business at the long run. So thank you very much. That is the end of the presentation today. So I'll be expecting any questions. Daniel, over.
Thank you very much, Goodness. Thank you for that wonderful presentation. And during the course of that presentation, I want to believe we now know the right way to structure our content for different social media platforms. We know the kind of mistakes to avoid as someone that wants to really get effective results from using the social media platforms and all that. So, like some of the common mistakes to avoid, as stated by the presenter, is not clearly defining our objective, focusing on fewer counts, not researching our target audience, being overly promotional. Now, being overly promotional is something I try to avoid as much as possible when I'm trying to design a social media post as well for myself. All right. So thank you very much, Goodness. So I'm sure we have questions. So in 5 minutes, I'll quickly run us through some tips that can be useful to us when we are designing our social media post. So we know that not all of us here are designers. So how do we go about achieving a nice design for our social media posts? How can we do it? How can we have beautiful designs that are still eye-catching when we are trying to like make our social media post? All right. So when you are designing, there are there are so many principles that guides design, but there are three tips that any master of anybody that has mastered the act of designing would always give you. So as a graphics designer myself, I follow three principles. Now, the first principle I follow when designing for social media or when designing graphics generally, the first concept is that design and decoration, they are not the same thing. Now, what do I mean by design and decoration are not the same thing? Design is purposeful, while decoration is just, can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me?
I can hear you personally. I can hear you. So I don't know if others. But
Okay,
I can hear you.
saying they can hear me.
I can hear you.
Can you hear me now? Okay, yeah, thank you very much. Okay, so now I was trying to quickly differentiate the difference between design and decoration. Now, the first principle of design that makes it different from decoration is that design is purposeful. Now, when you are designing, it is very important that all the colors you are using are not abstract. So as much as possible, say for instance, you are designing a post that has the picture of your product, as much as possible, please try to make sure that all the colors in your design are coming from the label of your product. As much as possible, that is very, very important. That will really help you achieve eye-catching designs, and I'll be sharing some as so that we can all see what I mean by that. Okay, so now when you are designing test-related contents to post, say for instance, you want us to you are creating like a lane about your products. So it is very important if your content are text filled that you create others with alignment. Then the third and most important principle to like become very good with design, even if you're not a graphics designer, is that you should view a lot of other designs. So several times, I don't know, maybe it's because of my own passion for design, but like I've said earlier, these tips are meant for people that are not graphics designers too, because not everybody has the money to start paying graphics designers for social media posts and all that. So this is still all about how can we achieve that without having to like break the bank. So like I just said, the third and most important concept of learning to design is that you should learn to view a lot of other designs. So if you want to view a lot of other designs, what are the kind of platforms that you can go to just see the kind of designs that people have done for their product and it's working for them? So like the first presenter, Goodness, actually presented, you can view a lot of other people's design on Instagram to motivate you. Better still, if you don't want to go to Instagram, you can visit sites like Pinterest. You can visit Pinterest. There are other sites like Evanto that are designed for um, the sole purpose of graphics. So you can just go there and get motivated. Okay, so now after viewing these designs, okay, these are some suggestions, like simple product design ideas that you can see and be like, oh, okay, this is nice. And I want to really motivate you. These are not hard designs to achieve. So some of these designs you are seeing in this post can be achieved in like 2 minutes if you are willing to like give it a try. So right now, I know you're already like, how can I achieve these things? Like you can see the picture of the person that I use. The person is quite sad that there's no enough money to like probably pay graphic designers and others, and they still want to have eye-catching design. Okay, well, the good news now is that there are several web and mobile applications that are tailored just for you. So these applications and these web and mobile applications are actually tailored for people that are not graphics designers. So I'll be sharing, there are actually a lot of them, but I'll be sharing the ones that I like to use personally, because they consume less time and you can achieve great designs in just 2 minutes. Okay, so what are some of these platforms? Okay, so now to start with, concerning brand identity. So let's say, for instance, your company does not have a logo, your company does not have a website. You want to do branded t-shirts. You want to see how your logo is going to look on the branded t-shirts without having to like pay a graphic designer or anything like that. Now, for things like that, you can go to Namecheap. So you can just type in your Google search box, Namecheap. So what is Namecheap? Namecheap is a web application with simple interface that can help you with quick logo design and branding at very cheap cost. Okay, so there are some things that if you are doing on Namecheap, you won't actually pay a dime. Things like your logo design. But if you want to design your website with them, they are going to charge you like a minimum of eight USD per year. So I think that's not really expensive. Okay, so another tool you can use if you are designing, if you are trying to have eye-catchy designs for your social media, is Canva. So Canva is a tool loaded with enough easy to use feature and functionality that anyone can like create variety of engaging content. Okay, so some people don't like to use Canva. So if you don't like to use Canva, if you know about Canva already, but you don't like to use Canva, so you can actually give a particular platform an opportunity. The name of the platform is Be Funky. Yeah. So you can see the URL on the screen, www.befunky.com. And I actually designed this, my beautiful post here, showcasing the kind of shoes that we have in my store with the giveaway text under 2 minutes using Befunky. So what happens is that the templates are already available for you. So all you need to do is just take the picture of your products and replace with what is in the template already. Then you can also drag and drop. Then you can also replace the text. Okay, so now all these beautiful designs, we've actually considered our manufacturers here. Okay, so before I proceed, sorry. Okay, so if you are a mobile user too, let's say for instance, you don't really like to like engage in designs using your laptop, or the product of your pictures are on your phone. So on your Play Store, you can just type this text directly: flyers, poster markers, graphics design, and banner maker or something like that. So if you type in this text on your Play Store, you're going to see like several free applications that you can actually use to like achieve beautiful designs on your phone, and you can still be able to share on your social media platform. Okay, now, so back to the fact that we've actually considered all this social media posting design, and we at Just One, we know that for our members to be able to achieve all these designs and posts and all that, they actually need quality pictures. Okay, so now what we have done is to create a GS1 Nigeria photography studio. And right on the screen, you can see the name and details of the photo studio manager. That's our staff, Mr. Temitayo. His phone number is available on the screen. So you can see the office phone number. In case you are calling his personal line and he's not reachable, you can try him on the office line. That's 08095 places and 333. You can see the email address. You can call in at any time during official hours, so like 8 to 5, to schedule an appointment. So in most cases, we don't mind coming to, if you're a just one Nigerian member and you have a product, we don't mind coming to your factory, we don't mind coming to your office. Like we have been to like several of our members' office location to like take pictures of their products that we'll be sharing with you in a photography section that we will be sharing data in our MailChimp email to like encourage you. All right, so with that being said, you can schedule an appointment whenever you want us to come, or better still, if your company or your factory is around the Keja and you feel you don't want us to come and know your space yet, you want to come to our office, you are also welcome to come to our office. All right, thank you. Okay, so now what is after taking those pictures, what can you do with the pictures? So those pictures can be used in your designs, for your social media posts, for anything you want to do. But more importantly, there's actually more opportunity for you on our product directory if we have quality images. Okay, so most of our members know about the product directory already. The JSON product directory is here to help you promote your business online. So our product directory is a platform where all our manufacturers, after listing their products, you can actually see their products. You can like chat with us to like get you their details, or better still, you can be able to contact the manufacturer directly from our product directory. So why do I say there's actually more opportunities if you're a manufacturer and you're just one member? Okay, so this on the screen is what our analytics is saying about our product directory, so that you know that the product directory is actually a growing platform that you can actually take advantage of and get your product noticed. Okay, so presently, within the past 90 days, we've had over 9,000 users visiting our product directory. Now, the beautiful thing about this is that 80% of these people are actually mobile users. So what mobile users means in this case is that there is actually something called the ease of access. So that means you can actually be in the bus, you can actually be anywhere. You can just see the barcode of a product and be like, okay, let me see, can I get more information about this product? You can just log into our product directory and get the information about the product, then contact the manufacturers directly. Okay, now, so in this year alone, since January to date, we've actually had over 500 connections from our product directory. So what do I mean by this? So when I say we've had over 500 connections, that means like different calls from our product directory or directly to us or to the manufacturers of the product directly saying, hello there, just one, we like this product, we saw it on your product directory. Is there a way we can actually reach out to the manufacturer? So in most cases, if the manufacturer is having a good standing with us, we like refer the, we establish the connection, either good standing or no good standing actually. So we establish the connection between the manufacturers and the prospective buyers of the products. So thank you very much. And so now quickly, because we've run out of time already, if you have any question, we'll be taking the questions now. But before we proceed to taking questions, some people actually sent in their questions before today. So I would like to direct the question to Ms. Goodness Nwachukwu. So someone sent in a question that is there a way they can actually upload their products on social media without everybody seeing it, because they only want specific retailers to see their products? So I don't know, maybe you got that question, Ms. Goodness. So can you just please like help us out?
Okay. So you cannot post on social media and not allow some people to see it. If you're posting it in your feed and your page is, public, anybody can see it, right? But if you want to make a unique offer that is only for some specific set of people, right? You can create an advert, like you can create a post and boost it and target only those specific people that you want to reach. You can even exclude people that you don't want to see the product, right? But to answer your question, no, you cannot um make a post and have only some people see it and some people not see it. The only way that can even happen is if you have an account and you decide to make it private and only your followers can see what you posted. But that's not very effective for a business. So it's best to make a post specific to the target audience and promote that post. The post is not going to show on your feed. It's just going to be an ad specific to those people that you want to target.
Okay, thank you very much for that nice answer, Ms. Goodness. Okay, so judging from our chat box, there are also some questions here. Okay, so I think you answered it already, but I would like to read it out. So in case someone has not read it on the chat box, they can just get the question and get the answers to it in case they're having similar issue. Okay, so there is a question here from Oluwafenmi that says, how we get the right, okay, please, how we get the right targets for our products. I know the tools to use now to reach out to our audience. Having follower or audience does not mean we are having the right one. So I don't know how you understood the question, but I don't
The
know.
question is quite clear. I
Okay,
understand what it's trying to say.
all
To
right.
target the right audience, knowing that it's not just anyone that's following you that is ideal. You need to have people who are specific to what you're looking for. And I already answered that.
Oh,
This is where social media advertising comes into play, and it's very helpful because when you run an advert, you target specific locations, specific people, their occupation, or whatever they are doing, right? When you're running the ad, when you are creating your ad, it shows you different options for you to build your ideal audience and build
okay.
your ideal audience. So once you run this ad, there is this thing called remarketing, right? So there's a cookie that will be stored on their devices that would now give you information. When you are creating this ad, obviously you have to set up analytics so that anybody that is coming to your site or giving you any information, you are having it in your page or on your website, right? That way you can retarget them. So some of these platforms, once you've run an ad there before, they can help you retarget those same people. They can even give you information on exactly who engage with your content, if they are male or female, what they do, where they are staying. So the best way to do this, to target a specific audience, your specific audience, is through um advertising, media buying. You advertise, and when you advertise, gives you information on those people and also helps you target them and people who they are following and people who are just like them, like lookalike audiences. So that's one of the things that the running an advert will help you to target the right target audience for your product.
Oh, okay, thank you very much. Okay, so for the case of in case anybody is having a similar problem to that, I want to believe um like they've been able to also receive an answer to that particular question or any related question. Okay, so also there was a question from Madam Christine. I think personally I'm interested in this one. So the question says, how can we drive traffic to our Instagram page and website? So I think you already like answered that question, but I would want you to please like explain more on that because I know a lot of us are having that issue. So maybe personally, I have a business and I've been like trying to like do a lot of posts, but I'm still not seeing the effects from judging from my analytic results or analysis results. So I don't know, maybe you can just like throw more light on that so we can all be able to like have more understanding. Because I think that would actually be more reason why people would like to attend this kind of seminar. Thank you. Thank you.
So for the Instagram allows you to post only one thing. You can only post one link to your Instagram page, right? Even if you make on your post and you add a link to your caption, Instagram is not going to highlight. They cannot click it except if they write it down or they try to copy it and put it on their browser. Now, it's easy to get traffic from Instagram to your website, depending on how you structure your content and how you structure your message, right? Let's say you want people to visit your website, right? If you have a content or if you get a post saying you would you would stand a chance to win one of our products or like win a gift basket or win a gift card if um find this content on our website, right? That's like a game, like a way to create a game setting, right? Or a content per se, and the contest can say, okay, before you can win this contest, or maybe say this contest is going to be what you really need, you have to follow us first. Tag 2 of your friends and tell us, maybe something that you put on your website already. Now ask that question, and they have to go to your website to find it. Now say, okay, check the link in our bio. That's the way you can direct them to your website. So if the link on your bio is your website, anybody that comes to your page and then your caption, your content, your graphics, you're telling them click the link to the bio, click the link to the bio. When they go to the bio, they click on it, take them directly to the website. Now, there is something that other brands post. You may have different types of content, different products, because on your website, they just too large, like different things going on, and someone can come there and get distracted and get lost, right? So you can have your specific product page, right? There are unique links, and then create a link. So there's this app, this software, Linktree, Linkcr, and full
Okay.
stop and double
Linktree. That's Linktree.
Yes. So Linktree, but there's a full stop before the CR and double.
Mm-hmm.
So what that does is it gives you a simple link, but you can embed different links in. So you can put your main website, you can put a product page, you can put maybe a landing page to a promo that you're advertising. So you can put a link to your LinkedIn page or your Facebook, or any page, anywhere you want them to get it, right? Or maybe on that your website, you want them to only enter the page. Maybe you want them to enter the page, just you can put that in the link and that would help get more to your website. Now, it's not enough to just get to your website. People can visit your website and found, and that will cause your edge to the brand. So you want to make sure they are going to a specific page, or if you are telling them buy this for 5,000 naira, click the link in our bio to order now. When they click the link on your bio, right, the link tree show different links. We have one showing website. We have one saying buy the shoe or something.
Amazing.
We have one saying so. When they from the post, when they come to your link, they can go specifically what they want on your website, right, and even buy that directing them to the website, the homepage, will move around and end up buying. So I hope I was able to answer your question.
Yes, Miss Goodness, thank you very much. Okay, so I saw you answered a lot of questions in the chat box already. So there's a recent one from Mrs. Olawale Oilola. She's saying I will need more information on the link tree. Okay, it's actually called link tree, Mrs. Oilola. Okay, so personally, I've used Linktree once to help one of my friends sell their book. The person had an ebook he wanted to sell, but he didn't have a website. So it was we achieved that using Linktree. All right, but for more information on that, I think Goodness has used them more due to what she does. So I don't know if we still have the time, or we can just establish the connection so you can just start up with her, since this is what she does rather. So she can be able to provide more information on the link tree for you. All right, so I don't know if there are more questions. Does anybody still have any question? Then someone is saying they would like the recorded presentation sent for ease of reference. So that will be done as well. So then there's another very important question. Please help us. Can one into barcode for your service? Okay, sorry. From Zaika, I don't quite understand that question. Can you please re-ask your question? Can you unmute yourself and ask the question, please? Hello. I don't know. Maybe the person is still online.
Okay. Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay, thanks. My question is, can someone that is not into good production, that's someone that is into training, can the person go for the barcode? Did you get the question?
Okay, yes. So you are saying, can someone into training go into like request for a barcode? Is that what you are saying, ma?
Yes.
Okay,
Is
so
the barcode for both products, excuse me, is the barcode both for goods and services?
okay. All right. So thank you very much for that question. I would leave my colleague, Mr. Ladi, to answer that question. Then if there is more information, I can add.
Hello, good morning.
Thank you.
I'm Ladi Gam, membership support of GS1 Nigeria. Sorry, ma'am, please, can you rephrase your question?
Okay, my question is, can this barcode, is it for both goods and the services? What I mean is this. Someone that is producing bottled water as a product needs barcode, right? Then someone that is into training that renders services, would that person equally need barcode?
What sort of services is the person rendering? Yes, for bottled water, you need a barcode, but what sort of services is the person rendering? And
like if the person is into training, or maybe into training, it's an organization that is into training.
training of what?
Skill acquisition.
Skill
That could lead the beneficiaries to going into production or whatever, but the organization is into training or skill empowerment.
Okay, I understand it perfectly. Yes, for you going into training, yes, you can actually get a barcode for the people doing their skill acquisition, but they have to get it themselves through their CSA, because our barcodes are unique. They uniquely identify the organization that has been assigned the barcode number and the product that has been assigned to that barcode. So it's the organization that will actually, the organization of the person you're training, that will actually register with their company name.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So it's the beneficiaries that we go into production that will need the barcode for their products.
Exactly, ma'am.
Right? Okay, but the organization training them does not need the barcode.
No, the organization
for
training
any production.
does not need the barcode. But
Okay.
when they actually want to launch their product into retail stores or when they're into production, they will actually require a barcode on it to enable themselves.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for that question. Then, ma, if you wouldn't mind, if okay, let's say for instance you have an association that deals with training in skill acquisition center of people that are likely to be manufacturing one item or the other, and you would like GS1 to come in to like provide lectures on barcodes and how it can be beneficial to their products and how they can actually boost their product online too with the use of barcode, how they can be able to like get their products on the shelves of retail stores, how they can be able to sell online in online platforms like Amazon, Alibaba, or like any other online platforms, and you would like us to like intervene. So we actually offer such training to Skill Acquisition Center. So to that regard, you can actually send us a mail. But personally, I would like you to I would like to have your contact after the training. So I'll check up your email and I'll send you some more information. Thank you very much, ma'am. So I don't know.
All right, I will appreciate that. Thanks.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much, ma'am. So I'll be writing you.
Okay. There is a question.
Okay. Yeah. What's the question?
From Jewel. Okay. So looking to enlighten on who audience or other digital marketing website. Okay. So if you have a website and you're using Google products like Google Analytics, or Google AdSense, before you can monetize your website, that maybe there are different ways to monetize your website. If you are selling a product or service, as long as you are advertising that product or service on the website, you're already monetizing them. Or you can say, okay, I have a lot of websites, I have 100,000 daily visitors to website. At that stage, your website is seen as a potential advertising platform, right? So there's this Google offering called Google AdSense that can make your website responsive to people that want to run ads. So when people want to run ads to Google, right, they give them options because many affiliate sites that have submitted their information for advertisement. When you reach that threshold, that means you have a certain number of visitors to the website. Then Google AdSense can now start showcasing ads on your website. So because you have a lot of coming to your website, they believe that if you advertise on your website, more people will click on the ad. And when you click on the ad, you get revenue from that, right? But also affiliate marketing, where you can be talking about a product or service that is not necessarily your own, but if anybody clicks on that link, buy anything from that company, you will get a promotion from there. That's affiliate marketing. That's the way you can also monetize your site, and that's what a lot of bloggers. Bloggers, they create a lot of content. So they create content to attract people, and when people come and they have content traffic, they go and apply to subscribe their website AdSense. So whenever anybody is trying to run an ad, let me say you are some of your audience who that your website, are interested in electronics or are interested in skincare, right? Brands who sell skincare products will now advertise on your website, and that way you can get revenue to your website. So there are several ways you can make money to your website, but as mentioned, if you're selling your product service, you're already monetizing your website. If you do affiliate marketing, you're monetizing your website, and if you allow ads to run. Although running ads on your website is not always best practice for some brands, but it can take away some of your good customers. Because some of these ads can be, especially if you are browsing through your phone. If you're browsing through your phone, you are reading something, one ad will come and plot what you are reading, and you have to find a way to click cancel the ad before if you are not interested in it. So that can be a bad experience and make them not want to come to your site next time. So, but depending if you are an entertainment focused brand, and you get a lot of traffic, then you can apply to those places to submit your website for ads. And then for Google audiences, the same way you can track and retarget people on social media, you can also do the same on Google. If you want to set up an ad, do your targeting, your keywords, once you keep your website, Google Analytics record them, their information, website visibility, and that can help a better customer profile or who are interested in products who are products. You can also market to them, you can also retarget them to your ad. So long as they've visited your website before, you can get all those information. Tools like Facebook Analytics can also help, like Facebook Pixel. It's like a piece of code that you put on your website that whenever anybody from Google or from Facebook or from Instagram visits your website, it records the analytics that this person came from your website. So it's a little bit complicated. I don't know if you're able to understand it now, but I hope I'll be able to at least answer your question. Uh, Joel's apart.
Yeah, thank you very much, Miss Goodness. Okay, there are actually more to like the whole social media pro tips that can actually help you develop your business online and all that. So if we actually say we should continue discussing everything, we are going to spend the whole day here. Well, some people already like we just be getting bored of the whole plenty idea and advice and all that. So displayed on the screen, you can actually chat with Miss Goodness for more social media expert tips to help you develop your business online. And displayed earlier on the screen is the contact of our staff in charge of the photo studio to in case you want to have quality image of your products to be able to like use in designs and all that. And in case I forget to actually mention during the presentation, our photo studio is actually free. So we can come to your place for free. You can come to our office for free. So the service is actually very free. So once again, I want to say thank you very much, Ms. Goodness Wanchiku. Thank you for honoring the call. And I want to say a very big thank you to everyone that's taking their time out to attend. We'll be sending the recording of the training immediately after the call ends, or better still on Monday. Everybody will receive it. So thank you very much, Ms. Goodness, and thank you everyone for taking your time to attend. So
Yeah,
okay,
thank you so very much. God bless you guys.
may,
Really love. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you. We appreciate you. Thanks. Thanks.
All right, ma. So I would also like to use this opportunity. Okay, so I want to use this opportunity to announce to everyone that once again our photography studio is free. Our product directory is free, and what the analytics is saying is actually good. Like I've displayed to us all. In the past 90 days, we've had over 9,000 visits, and a lot of manufacturers are getting contacts from our product directory. So it is very important I state it also that it is free, and we should, in case you've not started taking advantage of it, you need to start taking advantage of it. Okay, so thank you very much once again. So in the absence of no question, I will be ending the session now. Okay, so I think there are no questions. So, okay, yes, please, if you wouldn't mind, for as many of us that have a social media account here, we would like you to like just type your social media and do that box so that we can follow you. Hello, can we all hear me? Can we
show us the gradings now. That's what's causing all this confusion back and forth. If we know what the grading is, following the book, we all know what it's supposed to be, and then we know going back and forth on anything.
I think there are certain things that are for.
Okay, fine, but now that you mentioned
not for general consumption.
Okay, so now you mentioned that in our office that if they've been confirmed, they are officers. Is that not what you said?
No, I think they are officer 2, officer 1.
Regardless, yes, they are all officers, whether
yes.
2 or 1. So if they are at that level, then they shouldn't be doing 5 days now.
Can we leave this thing first?
Kevin,
I told you before all of us, both the managers go on 5 days. So now that we're upgrading the system, why don't we leave this thing first?
But we discussed it, you know the time we spent.
No. I've told you before that GM called me later and said, Mr. Joe,
but okay, well, she said that's not what she said.
Please, can we leave this discussion, please? With due respect, it's okay, no problem.
Yeah, at GS1, please, maybe you should post yours so that we follow you, then you can get followed back, because majority of us are still trying to, create social media for our company. So I guess maybe you should post yours so we can follow you and probably get a follow back.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I just did that now. So on all social media platforms, our social media handle remains the same. So you can follow us on our all social media platforms that we have accounts like the Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Pinterest. So for all those social media platforms that I've mentioned, in case you are also going to be creating your social media account, so you can easily follow us at GS1 Nigeria. So on other social media platforms too, if we'll be creating any in the future, it will still remain the same handle. So thank you very much. So you can follow us. Then recently there's something we started doing, and it's called the customer appreciation post. So if you have a very nice product of your a very nice product that has a nice picture, you can send the picture to us as well on our inquiries at gs1nigeria.org. So design a post for the social media using those images and share with you as well. All right. So thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you so very much. God bless you.
Thank you. Have a nice day. Okay, so I'm going to leave the session on because I noticed some people are typing in their social media handle. So we can follow them and they can also follow us back.
Okay, for those of us who doesn't have yet, how are we going to get the follow back from you?
Okay, so once you create your social media account, don't worry, just follow us on the mentioned handles. Then we are going to, so we can see your post, we can like and also comment and show the world how proud we are about you.
Okay. Oh, that's a very, very good one. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome.